In a vast green forest surrounded by tall mountains, there lived a wolf named Archon. Unlike the other wolves of his pack, Archon loved comfort more than challenge. While the others woke up before sunrise to hunt, train, and explore new territories, Archon preferred to lie under his favorite oak tree near a quiet stream. The grass there was soft, the breeze was cool, and the sunlight filtered gently through the leaves. Why struggle, he often told himself, when life can be easy? At first, his choice seemed harmless. The pack was strong, and there was always enough food when they returned from hunting. Archon would eat his share, stretch lazily, and nap while others sharpened their instincts. The elder wolf, Brugha, noticed Archon's habits and warned him, "Comfort is sweet, but it can quietly steal your strength." Archon only smiled and replied, "I am still young. I will train later." Days turned into weeks. The pack continued to push themselves, running across rocky hills, chasing deer through thick bushes, and practicing teamwork. Archon stayed behind more often, convincing himself that he deserved rest. Slowly, his legs grew less powerful, his reflexes slower, and his endurance weaker. One afternoon, while Archon was lying near the oak tree, he heard distant howls. The sound was urgent and sharp. The pack had found prey but needed every member to help surround it. Archon stood up reluctantly and ran toward the sound, but he quickly felt tired. His chest burned, and his paws felt heavy. By the time he reached the hunting ground, the deer had already escaped through a narrow path that Archon was supposed to block. The pack returned hungry and disappointed. No one blamed him openly, but the silence in their eyes hurt more than words. That evening, Brugha sat beside him and said gently, "Strength is built in discomfort. The forest does not reward the lazy." Archon felt a sting of shame but still clung to his habits. He told himself it was just one bad day. Soon after, a harsh winter arrived earlier than expected. Snow covered the forest floor, rivers froze, and prey became scarce. Hunting required more speed, patience, and teamwork than ever before. The wolves who had trained daily adapted quickly. They moved together like shadows, conserving energy and supporting one another. Archon, however, struggled with every step in the deep snow. His muscles trembled from effort. During one hunt, he slipped on ice and narrowly avoided injury. For the first time, fear replaced comfort in his heart. He realized that the forest was no longer gentle. The oak tree that once felt like paradise was now cold and lifeless. Food became so scarce that every wolf had to contribute equally. One night, as hunger tightened his stomach, Archon overheard two younger wolves whispering, "If he cannot keep up, he may not survive the winter." The words pierced him deeply. It was not cruelty, it was reality. The forest demanded strength. The next morning, before sunrise, Archon made a decision. Instead of lying under his tree, he joined the first group heading out to track prey. His legs ached from the cold, and his lungs burned from the effort, but he refused to stop. The others were surprised but said nothing. For days, Archon pushed himself beyond his comfort. He stumbled, fell, and rose again. He practiced running through thick snow, climbed icy slopes, and listened carefully to Brugha's guidance. At night, exhaustion replaced laziness. Slowly, his body began to respond. His steps became firmer, his breathing steadier. The transformation was not instant. There were moments when he wanted to return to the oak tree and surrender to the illusion of ease. But each time, he remembered the hunger in the pack's eyes and the harsh whisper of winter wind. One evening, during a difficult hunt, the pack chased a stag across frozen ground. The stag suddenly turned toward a narrow ridge. Without hesitation, Archon sprinted ahead, remembering the mistake he once made. He blocked the escape path with precision and courage. The stag hesitated just long enough for the pack to surround it. The hunt was successful. As the wolves shared their meal, there was a new respect in their eyes when they looked at Archon. Brugha approached him and nodded proudly. "You have learned," the elder said. Archon felt a deeper warmth than any comfort he had known under the oak tree. It was the warmth of growth, of earned strength, of belonging. Winter slowly passed, and spring returned to the forest. The snow melted, flowers bloomed, and the oak tree regained its beauty. One afternoon, Archon walked past the spot where he once spent his idle days. The grass was still soft, and the breeze still inviting. For a moment, he lay down and looked at the sky. But this time, He did not stay long. Rest was now a reward, not a lifestyle. He understood that comfort itself was not the enemy, staying trapped in it was. True confidence came from facing struggle, not avoiding it. As seasons changed, Archon became one of the strongest wolves in the pack. Younger wolves listened to his advice. Whenever one of them chose ease over effort, Archon would share his story. "Comfort feels safe," he would say, "but it quietly makes you weak." The forest respects those who challenge themselves. The pack thrived, not because life was easy, but because they embraced its difficulties together. And Archon never forgot the lesson carved into his heart during that bitter winter. Comfort can be a trap, and only those who step beyond it discover their true strength.